say shalom and good rising. Shalom and good rising. So I just want to say that I have been feeling emotional really since Friday. I've been all up and through my emotions since Friday. Hi, Uva. Hi, good morning. Rather good rising. I've been um I've been really emotional since about the 11th of October. And my emotions have been going up and down. It's been because of a lot of introspection, I think. Let me cut the music down. I want to be able to hear it, but I got to be able to hear my thoughts. Yeah, it's been a lot of introspection and stuff like that. Asking myself questions and even not asking questions, just literally having these waves of emotion flood over me. Yes, because of where I'm at in life at this time, what's going on, the different dynamics. But also, I really, really feel like it's the planetary influences. So it's funny because I was getting ready for this reading this rising, and I normally just like to sage, first of all, because I just absolutely love the smell of sage now. But because I just want to make sure that my energy is clear for spirit to work through. But spirit said something to me this rising. Spirit said to me, um, you can't sage away all energy. That's what it said. You can't sage away all energy. And the explanation that spirit gave was because some of the energies that we are feeling, we are supposed to be feeling. Like it's the whole purpose. It's like the reason why we are feeling them, the reason that we are experiencing them is because we're supposed to. So then I was like, okay, so does this mean I'm not supposed to sage this morning or what? But I still sage, but I feel like spirit just wanted me to know that with assurance that there are some energies no amount of sage is going to clear away because you're supposed to feel it. You're supposed to experience it at the time. It's what's written in the stars at the time for you and for other people, okay, who are sensitive to those things. So yeah, that was just something random that spirit said this rising. Oh, Shucky, we're live on that. Okay, so I'll come back to that later. All right. So without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and hop into the reading. The actual message itself is going to just come out because the only thing I titled this reading, this rising, is what is set to happen today. Like what's going on today. I don't want to just ask about the energies or what we could possibly experience. I want to know what's going to happen today. So that's why I went ahead and entitled this reading that. Okay. So I have already pulled a majority of the cards just to get us started. I do have some cards that I do need to clarify, but I'll clarify that with you guys right now. Okay. Okay. Uba Asterian says, overstood. I thought I made a mistake and saged away the ancestors one time. And she said, I had to slow down, girl. Okay. I mean, this is the thing. Like, even if we do, we can invite them back. But one of the things I like to say to kind of protect that, because sage is one of those powerful ones that can clear away everything, the positives and the negatives. So if I'm going to use sage and I'm led to say this particular prayer, I'll say this one where it's like, only allow the spirits that are supposed to remain. Something like that. Like I'll just be more clear. Like don't cleanse away everything. Allow what's to remain, or allow the positive spirits, the truthful spirits, things like that to remain. Not saying that the negative ones don't tell the truth because they can. But moving on, because we got a lot of energy that did fly out, I'm going to deal with the energy cards first. So I'm going to go ahead and get this started. My little painting is not finished, but this was another thing that I was thinking about speaking on briefly before. It's saying that my connection is unstable. Okay. So hopefully I'm back. That channel is called The Pretty Coach, and I'm going to go more into depth about this painting and everything. But it is an affirmation of mine that I got last year as a direct result of some things that came up in my life due to the relationship I'm in, as well as because of hidden traumas and hurt that had yet to be revealed or healed for that matter. And I don't know if you guys can read it, so I'll read it. And it says, I am enough. I am enough. And I'll go into detail about this painting. I'm talking about the emotion that it brought up and everything on my other channel called The Pretty Coach. That's the name of the channel, The Pretty Coach, okay? So if that's something that you might be interested in, please go and subscribe to that channel. There we have more spiritual conversations. I'll probably be doing readings over there as well, but those readings will be specifically for the divine feminine, mostly, even though the divine masculine will always pop up in our readings. Duh. Okay. But yeah, I wanted to say that that's my little personal affirmation. I needed that. I was in my feelings this morning. I didn't start off that way. I woke up and I was kind of blah, and just minding my business, trying to apply for some work at home positions and things like that, and really just trying to keep my mental clear and motivated and stuff. But sometimes it can get hard in the search for a certain position. So moving on, when I came and I was asking Spirit, like, what's going on today? What's really going on today? In the energies, the first card to fly out of the deck before I finished was Neptune. Neptune is a watery planet. It's the planet of, Pisces, I'm hearing for sure. Pisces is ruled by this planet, I want to say. It's a spirit of psychic abilities, the spirit of imagination, dreams. Okay, so a lot of us at this time, either if it's not today, earlier today while we were sleeping, we could have had some really important dreams. Okay, that could be giving us some insight on things that are getting ready to happen. What else with that? Psychic abilities could be getting ready to ramp up, kick up. That's the number 3 with the 21 on the card. So I feel like this is just all about the spiritual realm. That's all about the supernatural realm. This is all about the unseen, but what is definitely felt. And it could be unseen in the natural plane, but in our mind's eye, that's where we can see a lot of things, okay? Neptune also deals with that illusion, right? So there could be things that are appearing to be a certain way and they're not really what it is. And, take that as it resonates. We could be experiencing a lot of feelings that maybe aren't even ours, or if they are ours, they are illusions. I don't know how that may apply, but they're illusions. So I'll just give another example of what happened to me this rising. I felt this need to cry. I wanted to cry so bad. I was having a little moment of, I think, self-pity and just being overwhelmed with relationships. I was in this mode of, like, I am so over relationships right now. I am so over the drama and the hurt and the pain times that can come when we're dealing with another human being, whether, especially if they have hurt and trauma too, like us. It just can be really tedious. So I had recently shared a dream that I recently just had with my husband, and it wasn't good. Like, the feelings that came up for me from that dream weren't really good, to be honest. I have to be transparent, so I just have to be. Basically, the dream was one. It reminded me of one that I've had years ago that wound up predicting pretty much the end of the relationship. And it was with me in a car. And after the situation that happened in the car, I walk away from the car and the people who were also in the car with me. And so I had that dream 3 or 4 years ago. Now, just recently, I had another dream, like the night before last, where I was in the car with my husband, and there was one other male energy. I feel like it was like one of his sons and stuff like that, or just somebody else who was in the car who knows us and our connection and our energy. And we were getting into it a little bit. And basically, long story short, I get out of the car and I walk away from that car as well. And clearly, it made me think about the fact that, oh my God, the last time I had a freaking dream about a car and getting out of a car and walking away from a car, that was the ending. Like, that was pretty much the end of a relationship, but I didn't know it at the time because it was just in my head. It was a dream. But I realized that that dream was foreshadowing what actually took place in real life. And what happened in real life was that I was left. Like, the person left me. We decided to, I see myself slowly moving. Wow, that's crazy. 11:11 as I look at the clock. So basically, needless to say, that dream had me in my feelings because now I'm just like, wow, with what happened before, with the way that it goes so far, and I know that a lot of my dreams can be prophetic. I'm like, damn, this is probably the end of this relationship, or it's approaching its end. And that's hurtful for me, especially, and I know that I probably hurt my husband's feelings by even sharing that. I'm not saying like I meant to do like no harm. It's just I felt the need to say that or share it, I guess, because I saw it. And I don't know. Sometimes, like right after I sent that and stuff, I be feeling like spirit be telling me, Jude, sometimes, baby, you do not have to share everything that we tell you. Like, you don't have to share. But me, I be trying to be super honest and transparent and, I guess, forthcoming, I guess, with information that maybe I overstep my bounds or I sabotage things myself by saying stuff. I don't know. I had those thoughts run through my brain. The next card after the Neptune, though. So I just said all that to say that a lot of you guys could be having dreams that are psychic, that are prophetic in some way. Okay, that did come out in yesterday's rising reading. I want to, or a couple readings before yesterday's, where they were saying to make sure that we're writing down, that we're journaling, and if you don't write or journal or whatever, that you at least record somehow, whether it's on video or whether it's through a voice memo. You record your dreams after you wake up. If you can remember them, record them, because from there you're getting information from the supernatural that is going to help the things that's about to get ready to happen in the physical, help you navigate them, okay? A little bit more easily. It's not going to be like it's perfect just because you were forewarned in your dreams, but because you have foreknowledge, in a way, it's going to be like, oh, okay, and you can process things a little bit better. So the next card that came out is Saturn. Saturn. This card came up yesterday in a live reading yesterday that I did on Facebook, but it was in the reverse. And so Saturn is the card that deals with hard lessons, life lessons, things that we really, really, really have to get in order to just move forward in life. Okay. So Saturn energy is heavy today. I think that along with these dreams, along with the psychic visions, or along with these feelings of things being a certain way and maybe they're not, lessons are being revealed to us. We're getting a lot of harsh truths, and they may come across as harsh, but they're really for our good. All in all, it's for our good. So I'm going to read these understandings. I'm just going through them right now. The next card that came out following the Saturn card, it was actually two that flew out of the deck, and that was Earth and Pluto. Earth is an element card, and it basically deals with stability, grounding, security, gathering resources for ourselves and for others, and what it is that we value, like love, family, stuff like that. Okay, so I'm going to read all of these cards directly from the book because I want to make sure that I'm getting everything. And Pluto was the last and final card to come out, and Pluto is that scorpionic energy. And again, we are still, I want to say, Venus in Scorpio, so I could be wrong, but I feel like with this energy, so much is coming up. Like, deep, dark things are coming up, especially surrounding relationships, be it with family, friends, or romantic partners. Okay. Also, power struggles, maybe sexual chemistry is crazy. And that's in either way. Jealousy, also, a lot of jealousy is coming up with this energy as well. So That's probably what the Queen of Wands in reverse was about. I want to say that came out in the live reading last night on Facebook too. The Queen of Wands in reverse. And that is jealousy and jealous behavior. And I didn't quite understand it, but now knowing what I know, a lot of jealousy could come out today. A lot of even messages coming forth where jealousy is actually being exhibited. Or maybe we could be getting accused of being a jealous person, whatever the case may be, however that may resonate. So let me go ahead and read the understandings from the book really quick. Also, the overall energy was the moon. So with this, I felt like there's been a lot of emotions. Emotions are running high, okay? There are going to be a lot of discussions even about the earth element, like how are you going to ground yourself, how are you going to create stability for yourself. That could be what some of the emotional some of the emotional conversations in relationships like marriages and or even family. This is what, and friendships for that matter, this is what some of those conversations could be about. How are you going to create security for yourself or your family? How are we going to establish something stable? Okay, so this is what some of these conversations could revolve around. So the moon is very emotional energy, introspective energy. We, a lot of us could be, going through things that our moms went through, cycles that are generational, because the moon is also the feminine aspect. It's also about moms. It could be about mother energy. And if it's not, it's definitely about the divine feminine first. So that's that with that. Yeah, a lot of us are being affected, emotionally speaking. Okay. So moving on, the moon talks about changes and cycles. It also deals with the emotions, instincts, intuition, as well as memory and imagination. Okay. Also, adaptability. How well are we able to adapt to certain things? That is also probably going to be coming up as well. The next card that came out, I'm going to go ahead and read Saturn's card, but that's not the first one. But it doesn't matter. So it says Saturn pushes us to feel ambition, set and achieve goals. So that be something that a lot of us could be focusing on today. Like somebody could have this intense urge to decide to really push forward for something that they really desire. Okay, whether it's your own personal business or it's your achievement with your job. A lot of us could have this strong sense of urgency about setting goals there. Okay, also it says Saturn pushes us to feel ambition, set and achieve goals, and to create secure lives, right? So there's that security coming up again with the earth element. So yeah, Saturn is really urging a lot of us to get very serious about what it is that we want to create, the lifestyle that we want to live. And not only that, but to take action on how we're going to make it happen. So I wouldn't be surprised if those who watch this reading, whenever you come across it, on October 15th, you look back and realize that, hey, I really did put in a lot of work towards my job, or I really did wind up putting in a lot of effort towards a business that I've been working on, or even if this is in your relationship, I really put in efforts to make changes within myself to create stability in this union, or whatever the case may be. I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. So it says it says when we undertake these tasks, we usually learn very important lessons through facing challenges. So for some of us, this could have been a challenge for a long time for us to actually achieve these goals and make them really happen. It could be harder for some of us to do that, especially for the feminine. I don't know why. I think it's just, we can imagine all day. We can be the visionaries all day. Spirit be giving us all types of ideas all the time. And we have this vision and these ideals and this idealistic behavior, but when it comes to actually taking the actions and doing the mundane things or the everyday things that we need to make that dream real, sometimes the feminine falls a little short there. Okay, especially if she's in more of her feminine aspect and not tapped into the masculine that's within her. So Uba says, I have an obsession with goal setting and actually achieving them. An obsession, sissy? An obsession? I don't know. That might not be good. That's probably why you're behind as a workaholic. I'm just saying. On top of that, you are an Aries, so whatever. I think that that's a good thing to have. I need to get to I need to be striving to have an obsession, but never quite make it. That's what I need to be doing because I have all these dreams, these ideas, and it's like I do make small steps, but it's like once they don't go, once sometimes they don't come about maybe as quickly as I would like them to, or they don't come about to me at all, I get discouraged a lot. And the discouragement card came up yesterday. Moving on. The first card that did come out is Neptune, and it says um, Neptune influences imagination, compassion, and psychic experiences. Bundled with those ideas are issues of sacrifice and obligation, and balancing between giving and resentment can feature really large with this card. So I also feel like some of us could definitely be dealing with a Pisces when it comes to family members, a romantic partner, a husband, a wife, um, a boss, whatever the case may be. There could be heavy Pisces influences in that connection. And either that person is struggling with the fact that they're experiencing resentment because they feel like they might be giving a lot in the connection. Uba Starion says, I still do have to find balance though. Yep, that is true. She says the struggle can still be really real though, sometimes in the midst of getting things done. I can believe it. I can believe it. It's like my life is like stuck and permanent in the struggle of the beginning and the in between process. Like I don't even know what happens in the in between process. Like I feel like nothing happens in that process when it comes to me sometimes. So or all the time, and I don't know where that what happened. I don't know what happened with me. But anyways, there are some of us who are having this thing where we're having to war somehow between giving too much of ourselves and then being angry that we're doing that, okay? Or maybe feeling like you're sacrificing so much of yourself for the sake of a person that you care about or a cause, and feeling resentment when either somebody or the cause is not giving back to you, or just because you feel like you're doing the most. Okay, that's what Neptune energy deals with, along with dreams and psychic abilities. And what else did they say? Sacrifice and obligation. Like somebody could be putting in this work, they could still be doing it, but it's out of obligation. And they're actually hurting themselves, or they're sacrificing themselves, to the point to where they're becoming annoyed. They're becoming resentful for who they're assisting or who they feel that they're doing all this sacrificing for. So, yeah, with the Pluto energy, it says that Pluto deals with life, death, rebirth, and sex, as well as ideas and issues of power, control, and finding personal freedom from limiting mindsets. So, all of this stuff is going to be going on. All of this stuff is going to be going on today. All of these energies are going to come up and out at some point in time today. And that's if you're not already feeling those. Okay, I had a bookmark, and my bookmark comes from the Encouraging Words of Jesus deck. And it says, be of good comfort, your faith has made you whole. And this was bookmarking Neptune and the Pluto energy. So I just feel like I think we have to be very optimistic. I think that we have to get our minds right about what it is that we desire, what it is that we're working for, why it is that we're sacrificing what we're sacrificing, why it is that we continue to, and this is for some of us, why is it that we are continuing to be steadfast in our obligation? And maybe that optimism and remembering why we're doing what we're doing can make us whole. Now I'm going to get the Earth element card, and it says, stable, secure, and abundant, the energy of Earth nurtures life and promotes long, leisurely pleasures. The things that we need, the things that we want, and the material and temporal things we value are expressed with this card. It says the acquiring and distribution of resources is at the center of the earth energy. So it's asking that we bring the quality of earth to a situation through generosity of our material goods, resources, and time. I know that that's something that I felt like I literally just needed to deal with. It happened for me yesterday and everything. It says the earth is slow and sure, so take an unhurried, calm approach and avoid sudden or unexpected actions. Create a calm place in the center of chaotic energy. And oh my gosh, that is amazing that's amazing energy for me, because I'm just saying, I feel like with Neptune, Saturn, and Pluto, all of that to me can be very chaotic energy. It can really upset us. It can really make things emotional. Okay, I mean, so fucking emotional, right? So to have this earth energy in the midst of all of that is talking about grounding ourselves in the midst of all this energy. There's going to be some upheavals. There are going to be some upheavals, some uprisings, and we're going to need to still be able to be calm, to think clearly, to have peace in the midst of it. So I think that's beautiful. Oh my God, all of these. Oh, did I say that already? I did. Okay, my bad. I was about to get excited and be like, damn, both these cards are talking about faith making you whole. All right. So the bookmark for that, the earth energy was, I am the good shepherd, and the good shepherd giveth his life for the sheep. I just kind of feel like that's speaking to, I feel like that's speaking to whoever a leader is, whoever the leaders are at this time, leaders in relationships, so husbands, fathers maybe. And if you're a mom, then okay, and you're having to lead your family, I think that that has to do with that as well. I feel like this is about sacrifice, right? I see I'm going slow. I see that it's interrupting. I'm sorry about that, y'all. My internet connection is, I don't know what's going on with it. But yeah, to me, this is also that Piscean energy. This is about that sacrifice. This is about what a leader, a good, compassionate leader, this is their qualities. So anyway, that's that with that. That's that with the energy. Now I'm going to move on to what I was asking Spirit specifically. I said, Spirit, what is set to happen today? And the first card out of the Work Your Light Oracle deck says Mirror. And it says, who or what is triggering you? So some of us are going to be experiencing triggers. I'm thinking very much so emotional triggers. Okay, they could very well be physical, but we could hear a song and it put us in a certain place. We can have a conversation with someone and they say something and it triggers us, and we're going to have to pay attention to these triggers, because those triggers, they are set to cause us to reflect on ourselves and see what needs to be healed. When something triggers us, and again, it could be positive or negative, but I have a real feeling that it's going to be some negative shit. And the reason that it's coming up is so that we can heal it, so that we can fix it. And also so that we can continue in some type of behavior. If there's a trigger that we get from another person and there's a reflection and we admire that reflection, or we're appreciative of that reflection, or that reflection brings us joy, usually it's because we also embody that as well. So pay attention to that, because you want more of that. So you'll want to make sure that you are always in a place where you're doing that too. You're reciprocating that back. If it's negative energy, or if it's negative characteristic traits and negative behaviors, pay attention to those too, because you want to make sure that wherever you may find that within yourself, that you work to change that behavior. Okay? Uba says, well, it has to happen in order to address and heal. That's right. That's true. That's right. And that's true. So for sure, things are going to be triggered today. So get ready. Also, when I saw that card come out, of course, Janae Aiko's trigger mantra came up in my spirit, came up in my heart. And so I want you guys to make sure that you get that on deck if you don't already have it. If you have not heard it, I suggest you go take a listen. It's beautiful. First, there's the trigger, and then there's the trigger mantra. So the song Trigger really talks on some real ish, and it's about a relationship. So I would not be surprised if this is about a relationship of some sort. Moving on. When I went to the General Tarot and I was asking Spirit, what's set to happen today? 3 cards came out. 2 at the same time, I think 1 by itself. So the 2 that came out at the same time is the Devil and the 8 of Wands energy. I first want to say there's a lot of passionate energy here. A lot of passionate energy. So this could be a lot of sexual energy. I'm feeling, as I'm touching on the cards and looking at them, I'm feeling like somebody could send sexual messages towards you. But it's toxic because it's not really addressing some of the issues that need to be addressed. It's more so like this has been a pattern of you guys. This is the way that you guys kind of cope with some of the unsettling or uncomfortable aspects of your dynamic, aspects of your relationship. Or these could be really hurtful, angry messages that come through, text messages, email, picture messaging, but or even actual phone conversations, okay? But some type of communication is about to come in with the Devil and the 8 of Wands energy. Devil talks about codependency. It talks about controlling behavior. It could talk about manipulative behavior. Or it could just talk about behavior that is just, it's more sexual than anything. Like that's where the connection is. That's where you have these ties that are holding you together because it's purely flesh. It's purely carnal. The spiritual, no, not so much. But that physical though, it's on point. Okay, so you guys can expect some stuff like that. I am going to go ahead and ask Spirit to help us to clarify this Devil card and the 8 of Wands energy. So Spirit, please help. What is the Devil card energy here for today? The World card, and the World card flew out and it came in reverse. Oh shit. To me, that's stagnation. That's not being able to move forward for some reason. That's being stuck in a cycle. That's no movement whatsoever. So it could be a stalemate. You could receive messages from a stalemate, or you could receive or experience something where there's just no forward movement. And it's just going to be the same thing, okay? Spirit, please help us to clarify this. Okay. Okay. So we got a lot of cards that flipped over and out. Let me go ahead and pick those up and read them. The first card that flew out of the deck by itself is the 9 of Cups in reverse. I'm going to have to get that understanding. Poor little music. Gonna have to go on pause real quick as I look that up. I'm about to look that up. The next cards that I see, you guys, are the 7 of Cups, 7 of Pentacles. That's 14, and then 4 plus 1 is 5. So to me, that's about changes. And the Ace of Swords. So that's going to be some form of clarity that's going to come after this. So I'm going to get the, hold please. I want to get the World card in reverse. Then I'm going to get the 9 of Cups in reverse. Yep, the World in reverse is no movement, stagnation, and or permanence. So something is still about to be the same way, or something is not about to change, okay? It's set in stone. So the next is the Nine of Cups in reverse. I feel like the Nine of Cups in reverse is giving me selfish vibes. It's giving me selfish behavior. It really is, but I don't know. So let's see. Let's get the cups. Nine of Cups in reverse, it talks about truth, loyalty. It could deal with freedom or blockage, lack of contentment, or it can mean all of the original meanings of the Nine of Cups, but just in a lesser amount. Okay. And what I get is that there's some truth about to come out. I think that somebody has been loyal in a certain situation. Blocking could still apply, especially with no movement, but I really get the vibes, especially with the Ace of Swords at the very end. I get the vibe that somebody's going to realize that this situation is not going to move forward. It's never going to change. And so because of that, they're going to, even though they're a loyal person, they're going to experience freedom. And they're going to start to focus on themselves slowly but surely, though. Slowly but surely. So I feel like we're going to start to slowly begin to realize that all we can do is focus on ourselves, give this love to ourselves, but it's going to come gradually. Okay. So yeah, that's the understanding I'm getting of that. Now we got to get the Seven of Cups is about options. Like, you're going to realize after this whole situation that, your desires, the things that you want, the things that you want to create for your life, the things that you want to experience, what you want to feel, you have the opportunity to manifest any one of those things. You got options in front of you. Okay. Even if it may not look like it, or even if you may have been stagnant before, or you don't really know what to choose, you still got options. Okay. So I think that's a good thing. With the Seven of Pentacles, I feel like that's taking inventory. Like, what seeds have I planted? Are they growing? Have I been nurturing them? And that may not just be your energy. That could also be the energy of the person that you're with. They could be reflecting on, have I put into this situation as much as I could have? Have I really done what I could to get the type of result that I want? And this could be both parties. Okay. And I feel like after having that introspection, or reassessing the relationship, or reassessing behavioral patterns, and or the efforts that's been put in, the values, the material work, the work. Once you look at that, and once you evaluate that, you may get the clarity that you need. You may realize some truth. So moving on, that's what all came out to clarify the Devil energy. I'm going to stop with that. And now we're going to go ahead and move on to this Eight of Wands energy. Spirit, please help us to clarify the Eight of Wands for today. What are the messages going to be about today with this Eight of Wands energy? We got one card to come out, the Hanged Man. So I heard somebody's going to be put on ice. So I feel like somebody might receive a message like, we need to take a break. Like, it's not over, but we need to take a break. We need space and time apart from one another. Spirit, give more clarity. Thank you. Page of Cups. Whoever is coming, whoever is going to be sharing this information, it's going to definitely be riddled with tensions. Cancer, Scorpio, or Piscean energy could be the one who is going to give this, or this could be somewhere in both of you guys' charts. Or I'm also getting this understanding that after a period of being in solitude, after a period of being to oneself, being in suspension, somebody is going to send messages about their feelings, how they're feeling. Spirit, one more card to clarify this Eight of Wands energy. Somebody could hear that they're pregnant. Somebody could find out that they're pregnant. I don't know. Here's the last card. The Six of Wands. So some type of victory. Whatever these, okay, so these messages that are about to get ready to come in that are going to be passionate, could be heated discussions, could be sexual, for sure, or definitely about mutual chemistry and attraction. After this Devil card energy, after clarity about that, the message that comes in, it could come across as a victory, as an advancement, or somebody could, in fact, receive word about some type of promotion of some sort, creatively, in their job, in their life itself, their work, or a relationship that they're passionate about, where people are also watching. People are also watching you in this connection. I don't know, but the Six of Wands almost always indicates a victory, an elevation, a moving forward, a going up a little bit higher. And that can be spiritually speaking, or of course in the physical, or it can be both. It could always be both. So, okay, I also am getting the message from all the three of the clarifying cards that after a period of suspension, somebody, the Hanged Man, I feel like it could be any energy, but a lot of Pisces energy is with the Hangman. Most people read this as the Pisces card because it's about enlightenment, going within to reflect and all that kind of stuff. And so sacrifice is also associated with that. This person sacrificed themselves. They sacrificed themselves in order to do what they thought was right at the time. They may have even sacrificed the relationship that you guys were involved in together. But now, after that, they're coming in talking about the way that they feel. How maybe they still care about you, they still love you, they still want to start something new with you, because a page also deals with new creativity, newly inspired behaviors or emotions. There could be something also that you could realize that, hey, I'm really good at this, or hey, I'm really interested in this. And you could just get this new source of inspiration, okay? But yeah, I'm really thinking this is about somebody reaching out, talking about their feelings, and that it's going to seem like a victory. It's going to be like a victory. Like, oh my God, I knew it. I hear the word wow. Like, wow. I've got a 6 and a 3, 8 all together. 12 on the Hanged Man. So that's 2 plus 1. That's where I get the 3 from. 6 and 3 is 8. 8 for me usually deals with infinity, and it also can deal with new beginnings to me. New beginnings. So, newness, spring, a renewal. So somebody could come back and want to renew a connection. Now, the Nine of Pentacles came up. We're going to go ahead. Nine of Pentacles is about self-care for me, for sure. Self-care, self-care, self-care. And that makes a lot of sense, seeing as how with the Devil energy, that's one of the messages that came through with the Nine of Cups in reverse, that I feel that somebody is going to more so slowly but surely begin to put their interest and their focus, their emotions, their love into themselves. So with the Nine of Pentacles coming out, that's somebody who's going to put not only their emotions and focus their attention on themselves. Them doing that is going to yield them very fruitful results when it comes to their finances, when it comes to everything, where they live, what they do. You're about to level up. You're about to be increased with abundance. To get the Nine of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles out on the table, that's definitely some strong self-preservation energies to me. Even though that Nine of Cups was in reverse, it's still, I feel like that Nine of Cups in reverse, like I said, it's going to be slow, but it's coming. Spirit, please help us to clarify the Nine of Pentacles. I know that I felt like just focusing on myself today. Somebody could be dealing with an Aries, or this person can have Aries in their chart. I know that my North Node is in Aries, and I feel like this is definitely resonating with me, because I literally was thinking these thoughts like, I'm just over this relationship stuff. I just need to focus on myself. Page of Swords. Some form of information that's going to come in that it's going to be true, truthful. Also, somebody could be spying. You know, and the spying could just go for, they're looking at your pictures, they're looking at your text messages, they're rereading text messages that you sent them a while ago, they're rereading emails, they're rereading whatever type of messages, instant messages, all that kind of stuff. Okay, they're looking at everything again, they're just reading shit. They could be thinking about reaching out to you. Also, the Page of Swords energy is mental instability. It's going back and forth. It's confusion sometimes. It's also being rash with what you say. So Aries could be coming off real mean, or it could, if it, you know, could have Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius somewhere in their chart, or somebody is gonna, and also the Nine of Pentacles is Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. So some of us could have that in very influential places in our charts. But the point I'm trying to make here is that some harsh words could be getting ready to be had. Okay, about how somebody needs to take care of themselves, or about how somebody needs to focus on themselves. All right. The overall energy, though, of the general tarot card was the Three of Pentacles. So it comes across like somebody wants to build, somebody wants to have this teamwork and this they want to work with you, or you want to work together. But I think that in order to really be a vital part of the team, some of us are going to have to get our shit together ourselves. And I know that that speaks for me. That speaks for me. So I get the vibe that somebody really wants to work it out with somebody, or they really at least want them to be able to cooperate. Somebody is wanting cooperation. Okay. But another person is like trying to focus on themselves, because they feel like, if I don't get my shit together, then I'm not really going to be very good of, or very much assistance to you. Especially if I don't know what values I bring to the table, if I don't know what value, if I don't know what I'm good at, what I'm capable of, then how can I really work in cooperation with you? Like, I could just do everything you ask me to do, especially if you're a controlling individual, like an emperor. Emperors like to have control. They can be extremely bossy, very cold sometimes, all in the name of order. But somebody is trying to focus on themselves, because it's like, I'm trying to make something out of myself here. I know that resonates with me. So moving on, that is Spirit, give us one more card to clarify the energies that's going on with this Nine of Pentacles, please. That is set to happen today. So the Knight of Pentacles came out, and it came out in reverse. So that's that lazy energy. That's that stagnant energy. That's that not making any progress energy. I feel like this is what the Emperor is going to be saying to the person who is trying to take care of themselves, who's trying to do it for themselves. The messages, the harsh conversation, the, you know, the going back and forth, like, I'm done with you, or I do want to be with you, but I need you to cooperate shit. That type of energy coming from the Emperor, like I said, which could be an Aries person. They're going to be saying, you're lazy, you're lazy, you're lazy. You need to stop being lazy. You need to get up and do something. If you want this Nine of Pentacles energy, you talking about you want to do for yourself, and you got these things that you want to do, but you're being lazy. You need to get up off your ass. That could be what some Aries man or woman is about to be saying to this person. Like, you got to get up and do something. All right, so that's it with that. Now I'm moving on to the last and final card that came out. Again, this is all answering the question, what is set to actually happen today? Okay, today. So the card that came out with the crazy love notes, I asked Spirit, my question with this card, still in the underneath the main question, was, Spirit, what is it that we can do today? What's a crazy love note? What's a crazy message, you know, a loving message that those of us who are engaged in this energy need to hear. And Spirit said, give each other space. Give each other space. This definitely makes me feel like it is a relationship, but again, it could be of any sort, family, friend, lover. But they're saying give each other space. So the message on the back of the card says, sometimes it is hard to work out our differences when we don't have enough space. So take a step back to create room for authentic conversation. Perhaps you need to consult with a therapist to guide you through the emotional thicket. Or maybe you just need some new tools for healthy communication. Whatever it is, don't try to fix it right now. Give each other space. And I think it's so funny because that's where I was at. That's the vibe I was in, you know? Oh yeah, with the moon card energy earlier, guys, I'm so sorry. This was the bookmark for it. Seer. And it says, see beyond the current situation. And I feel like with the moon energy, that's about our intuition. Oh my God, why am I going so slow? I hate this. It's about seeing with our third eye, the dreams, visions, or feeling, the intuition. And also, they say see beyond the current situation. That's that illusion stuff too with the Neptune energy. All this spiritual stuff with the Neptune energy. This is I'm so sorry, I don't know why my voice is changing, but this is like not looking at it for what it appears to be, but looking at it with the spiritual eye. And that will help you to really see what's going on. I had to say that before I end it. The overall message from the Crazy Love Notes Oracle deck, which is what I just read the Give Each Other Space card from, the overall card is, wow, believe. Believing is still in tune to me with Neptune energy, especially because Pisces is about believing or believing in something, whereas Aquarius energy is about knowing and everything like that. So they're asking, Spirit is saying to believe in something. We're gonna find out what they're saying for us to believe in a moment. Here's the card. It says there's magic all around you. Open up to the wonders of the universe. Notice the connections and synchronicities. Follow your feelings. Neptune energies, anybody? Intuition, moon energy, anyone? Instinct. It says, follow your feelings and believe with all of your heart, because we successfully manifest our dreams when our feelings are in alignment with our plans. From that sacred union, the right ideas take shape, the best relationships begin to blossom, and the stuff that's meant to be easily falls into place. Everything is possible. That is such a beautiful message from Spirit for us today. That's definitely a manifestation card. That's definitely talking about we need to focus our intentions on what it is that we want. And for a lot of us, that's coming from a place of idealism. That's coming from our dreams. That's coming from the unseen, right? So I feel like Spirit is definitely telling us to focus on that cannot be seen and believe in that, have faith in that, put our all into that. And then whatever actions, whatever plans that we make need to be in alignment with what we want. And then we will see results. So the overall energy of the Work Your Life Oracle deck with the mirroring, it says Lemuria. And it says creating heaven on earth is happening. You know what, guys? That's what I feel like the 144,000 unions are about. That's what I feel like the so-called twin flame unions are about. So this is really making me really making me feel like this is more so about in connection for some of us with the unions that we are a part of. This also to me goes with that Neptune energy, how it's an illusion. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I was feeling like this could be the end of the union, and who knows, maybe it is, maybe that's the illusion. Maybe this is all a part of the harsh lessons of Saturn to cause me to get into action, setting and achieving goals, really beginning to make that happen for myself, especially when it comes to my connection, so that we can have this union that I believe is very much so possible for us. That I believe is what brought us together. Without further ado, you guys, that is the reading. I thank you all for who joined me. I appreciate you all so much. I think you know, but if you don't know, please understand that I truly, truly appreciate you guys staying with me this entire time for those who stayed. I pray that something resonated for you, okay? Trigger warning and the trigger mantra by Janae Aiko. I think I'm going to go ahead and play that. That needs to be the sound surrounding me in this house all day, especially while I'm giving space, because my mind can go crazy. But without further ado, you guys, I thank you guys for tuning in to the Rising Reading today. I love you with the love of the Most High. Peace out.